Unacceptable behaviors that will not be tolerated. Stoic mindset and self-respect. Stoicism. There comes a point in life where you must draw a line, not out of anger, not out of ego, but out of clarity. A Stoic mindset teaches us that self-respect is not optional, it is foundational. If you tolerate everything, you stand for nothing. And when you stand for nothing, people will test your limits endlessly. This is why adopting Stoic principles is not just about inner peace, it's about establishing unshakable standards for how you are treated. In this video, we're going to break down 6 unacceptable behaviors that should never be tolerated, not from strangers, not from friends, and not even from family. Because true strength is not in enduring disrespect, but in refusing to accept it in the first place. Disrespect disguised as familiarity. One of the most dangerous behaviors is subtle disrespect masked as just joking or that's how we are. Stoicism teaches us to see reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. If someone consistently undermines you, mocks your goals, or dismisses your feelings under the guise of humor or closeness, they are crossing a boundary. You must understand this clearly. Familiarity does not grant permission for disrespect. Many people tolerate this behavior because it comes from those they love. But Stoic discipline demands that you separate emotion from truth. If the behavior erodes your dignity, it must not be accepted. A Stoic does not react emotionally, but they do respond decisively. You don't need to argue or escalate, you simply withdraw tolerance. You set the tone by what you allow. The moment you stop entertaining disrespect, people either adjust or reveal their true nature. Repeated broken promises. Trust is built on consistency. When someone repeatedly breaks their word, they are showing you a pattern, not making a mistake. Stoicism emphasizes observing actions over listening to words. Words are easy, discipline is rare. If you tolerate broken promises, you train others to believe that your expectations are negotiable. And more importantly, you weaken your own standards. A Stoic mindset requires you to value integrity above convenience. This doesn't mean cutting people off at the first mistake. It means recognizing when a pattern forms. When someone repeatedly fails to honor commitments, you must adjust your expectations and your access to them. Respect is not just given, it is maintained through accountability. Emotional manipulation. Emotional manipulation is one of the most corrosive behaviors you can allow into your life. It often comes in subtle forms, guilt-tripping, gaslighting, or making you feel responsible for someone else's emotions. Stoicism teaches emotional independence. You are responsible for your reactions, not for managing the emotional instability of others. When someone manipulates you, they are attempting to control your inner state, something a Stoic fiercely protects. You must recognize the signs, feeling drained after interactions, questioning your own reality, or constantly apologizing when you've done nothing wrong. These are red flags. A Stoic response is calm but firm. You don't argue with manipulation, you disengage from it. You refuse to participate in emotional games. And over time, you create distance from those who rely on them. Lack of boundaries and personal space violations. Boundaries are not walls, they are guidelines for respect. When someone repeatedly ignores your boundaries, they are not misunderstanding you, they are choosing not to respect you. Stoicism encourages self-governance. If you cannot enforce your own boundaries, you lose control over your life. Whether it's your time, energy, or personal space, You must protect what is yours. Many people struggle here, especially with family. There's an unspoken expectation that family gets unlimited access. But Stoicism rejects this idea. Respect is universal, it is not conditional on relationships. When someone crosses your boundaries, your response should not be explosive, but it must be consistent. You restate your boundary and follow it with action. Over time, people learn that your standards are not flexible. 5. Negativity that drains your energy. Not all negativity is toxic, but constant, habitual negativity is. People who complain endlessly, criticize everything, and resist growth will slowly drain your mental clarity and emotional strength. Stoicism teaches us to focus only on what we can control. When you surround yourself with negativity, you are constantly pulled into things you cannot change. This weakens your discipline and clouds your judgment. You must be selective with your environment. This doesn't mean abandoning people in hardship, but it does mean refusing to live in a constant state of pessimism created by others. A Stoic protects their inner peace like a fortress. If someone repeatedly disrupts that peace without any intention of growth, you limit your exposure. Energy is finite, invest it wisely. 6. Disrespect for your growth and ambition. Perhaps the most painful behavior to tolerate is when people close to you resist your growth. They may mock your goals, discourage your discipline, or try to keep you in the version of yourself that is comfortable for them. Stoicism is about constant self-improvement. It demands that you evolve, even if it makes others uncomfortable. When someone disrespects your ambition, they are revealing their own limitations, not yours. You must never shrink yourself to fit someone else's expectations. Growth requires discomfort, and sometimes that discomfort includes outgrowing certain relationships. A Stoic does not seek approval, they seek alignment with their values. If someone cannot respect your journey, they do not deserve a front row seat to it. Final message at the end of the day: self-respect is not something you talk about, it's something you enforce. Stoicism teaches us that we cannot control how others act, but we can control what we tolerate. And what you tolerate becomes your standard. So raise your standard, not with anger, not with ego, but with quiet, unshakable certainty. If this message resonated with you and you're committed to building a stronger mindset, a disciplined life, and unbreakable self-respect, make sure you subscribe to the channel. There's much more coming that will challenge your thinking and sharpen your character. Stay strong, stay disciplined, and never tolerate what diminishes you.